What up, guys? Kevin here. Last video on it because I think I'm in the very minority blaming Xbox for Final Fantasy VII Remake not being on Xbox. And I'm not really putting blame on them. It's just they're the only ones that can go out and get the game. Is PlayStation going to do it? Is PlayStation going to help put the game on Xbox? No. Hell no. Square Enix? Yeah. I mean, they have some blame. You know, they made the deal with PlayStation. Final Fantasy VII Remake sales were, I'd say, soft. For the hype that game got, and then I think it was like reported like 5 million. That's not that good. I think Death Stranding did better than that. I mean, that game was hyped too, but that was an unknown IP. Final Fantasy VII Remake, though, I do think is coming to Xbox. I said during that stream there was the green background. I know a lot of people saying like, no, that's part of Final Fantasy VII. It's like, well, they could have chose anything. They chose that. They chose a green background. But after rewatching it, I noticed they showed the Buster Sword clock. They showed it in blue, the blue materia, and then they showed it in green with the green materia. They didn't show the other materias. They didn't show it red. I'm thinking that, here's what I think. I think Starfield got delayed, and along with Redfall, and I think Xbox is saving this. I think they're just withholding it. They're supposed to be announced during either their showcase or this showcase. I think they're holding it for a stealth drop. I wouldn't be surprised one of these months, whether July, August, September, October, November, they put out a tweet showing games coming to Game Pass. And one of the games is Final Fantasy VII Remake. I just would not be shocked. That's just too much for me. That green background and the green materia clock sword. They showed the blue because it's on PlayStation, and green because it's on it's gonna be on Xbox. I know it's on PC. What's the color of PC though? Like, seriously, what is a color of PC? They need a color. They didn't show red for Nintendo though. I think a cloud version could go there. And then they're putting the Crisis Core reunion. Yeah. I mean, if I'm Xbox, if it's not coming, I absolutely still think it is. I know, I'm port begging. I just want to play the game again. That's all. I can play right now on PlayStation, but I got all the trophies. All right, but let me get to the crazy talking points that the PlayStation fanboys, it's like, hey, I'm siding with you there that Xbox needs to do something to get the game over to Xbox. But they're going really far as like, oh, it's because of Game Pass. Yeah, you guys don't buy games. And Square Enix, they're tired of it. It's like, well, they're putting Star Ocean on Xbox. They're bringing Diofield Chronicles to Xbox. They skipped PlayStation and put Octopath Traveler on Xbox. The whole Crisis Core reunion, of course, Xbox. And yeah, I don't think it's anything Xbox or Game Pass is doing. Yeah, there's more Xbox users now than maybe ever. I don't know, maybe 360 was a lot more, but yeah, this whole Game Pass talking point is weird. It's so weird because as soon as, like, say, I saw the picture where the Last of Us remake was like on like a PlayStation Plus still. Now, that could just be for a time trial, but what if it's not? What if that comes day and date and PlayStation Plus Extra or whatever? There goes their whole narrative. And I'm too lazy to keep receipts. My God, if I was in my early 20s or late teens, I'd be keeping receipts, and this channel would probably be a lot more funnier. But I can't do it. I don't have the time. But yeah, them blaming Game Pass is so just... How idiotic can you be? Square Enix might be one of the biggest... they might be the biggest publisher outside Xbox that supports Game Pass. with Octopath Traveler, the Kingdom Hearts games. They had all the Final Fantasy games up until recently. They started taking them off, but they even went and did an FPS boost for Final Fantasy, I think 13.2 and Lightning Returns. You got to remember, when they did the 13 games for backwards compatibility a couple years ago, that wasn't just Xbox, making it work. No, Square Enix worked with Xbox to up the resolution and everything. Those games look spectacular. Like, if they were to do a remake or remaster of those games, they would just look like the backwards compatible version of what's on Xbox. They look great. So, yeah, there's a relationship there. There's a reason why I made a video a couple months back when PlayStation fanboys thought they had Square Enix in the bag. They thought they were purchased. I don't think so. What's going on there? Instead, they bought a Bungie. Make that make sense. But like I said before, it's just PlayStation has no issue with making Square Enix games exclusive to their platform. And again, I don't expect PlayStation to put the games on Xbox. There's a reason why I root for Xbox, because they don't do this shit. The worst thing Xbox has done, they got so much shit for the whole 48-hour. I can't believe how much shit Xbox got for their showcase just a few days back, because all the third-party announcements, there was like a 48-hour embargo to where they couldn't announce the games were coming to PlayStation. And they got so much shit for that over PlayStation keeping Final Fantasy VII Remake and now Rebirth exclusive. Media dead silent. It's like me and the few fanboys that really want these games on Xbox making a shit fit out of it. What pissed me off about that is the 48-hour embargo, like the Persona got leaked out immediately, Wolong, and a few others. Like, would it kill you to abide by the 48-hour rule? PlayStation does that all the time. They used to get shit for it, PlayStation, with like making the third-party games seem exclusive, which I'm all for it. Like, hey, you're showing off the game. I think that's the minimum you can ask for. Hey, we're showing off your game. Just hold off on any announcements for a day or two. That's all. But yeah, I mean, the whole Game Pass. The thing is, like, here's the thing that's happening. We're getting Rebirth, which is part 2. Now, I'm already seeing Square Enix saying, like, no, you could start here. You can start here. Every sequel does that. They're probably going to do a recap because they understand most people play the first part, and then the people that didn't get through the first part or people that didn't bother playing it, they're not going to play the second one because, like, oh, I got to go play the first one. I'll just skip it. And it's going to become more expensive for Sony to keep the games, to keep doing an exclusive deal. They'll probably still do it, but it's just why Sony just pisses me off. They could just be using that money elsewhere. They can, I don't know, buy Firesprite a bigger studio. I can't get over the PlayStation fanboys celebrating, like just retweeting, oh my God, Firesprite got a bigger studio. Like, cool, they're going to be more comfortable making a game that you probably will hate. Oh, they're so weird. But yeah, the whole Game Pass talking point. Outriders. Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers. Yeah, Square Enix and Xbox, I would say is more organic. There's a reason why Xbox is buying all these studios and publishers. Because they're coming over here like, oh, I get to come over here and make Pentiment. Obsidian is making Pentiment. If PlayStation bought Obsidian, guess what you would be getting? You would be getting, I don't know, Outer Worlds. You would just be getting a very big, grand version of Outer Worlds or Outer Worlds 2 or whatever big Sad Dad simulator. Whereas they went to Xbox because, hey, I got this passion project called Pentiment, which looks amazing, by the way. And Xbox was like, yeah, come over here, make it. Make Avowed. Make Outer Worlds 2. Do what you want. I know some people may have an issue with that, but I'm like, no, man. Yeah, maybe the pet projects like Bleeding Edge and stuff like that. But hey, I'll take that and have them be. I want developers happy with Xbox making the games they want to make over. Oh, I got to go work for PlayStation and make this big AAA Sad Dad Simulator one and done game. I can't wait for Bungie to pop champagne when they leave PlayStation. I can't wait. I mean, that's the thing they do. But yeah, there you have it. I'm done with this topic. I really might just go buy a PC and play it on Steam. I just like the game. This might be my favorite game of all time. Final Fantasy VII Remake is awesome. I still think it's coming to Xbox. I think maybe August, September. I bet you'll just be stealth dropped. It'll be stealth dropped. I think right now they just Teenage Shredder's Revenge. I think there's some other game coming out too. And then July might be a dry month. I don't know what else is coming out in July, Game Pass wise, but I mean that's a big get. You know, it's not going to fill the shoes of Starfield, but getting a game like that in Game Pass just shows, hey, Xbox is taking care of us. I think they will do it. I think I'll do it. I'm trying to be less harsh on them. It's just only Xbox can go get the game. And I want them to do it. And I think they have. All right, I'm going in circles here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Later.